You are sitting on your couch, opening Google Earth out of pure boredom, when suddenly something appears on your screen that makes you question whether the planet you live on is actually the same one everyone else inhabits. An installation in the middle of the desert that does not exist on any official map. An island that disappeared from the face of the Earth overnight. A perfect geometric pattern drawn on the ground thousands of years ago. And the most disturbing thing of all, places that someone at some point deliberately decided to erase before you could see them. Today, you are going to embark on this journey and discover coordinates that should perhaps have never been found. Subscribe to the channel right now and hit the bell so you never miss a video like this one, because from this moment on, the world will never look the same to you again. Let us start with the most isolated place where human beings live permanently. Imagine waking up every single day knowing that your nearest neighbor is almost 3,000 kilometers away. That is the reality for the residents of Tristan de Cunha, an active volcano lost in the middle of the South Atlantic. Approximately 250 people call this piece of rock home. To get there, you need a special permit, a spot on a boat, and 6 days of travel from Cape Town. There is no airport. There is no road that leads anywhere beyond the island itself. It is the kind of place that Google Earth shows clearly, but that most people will never visit. And perhaps that is precisely what makes it so fascinating. Humanity built entire civilizations, connected continents with fiber optic cables, reached the moon, and yet there is a group of people who chose to stay there on a volcano in the middle of the ocean, completely oblivious to the rest of the world. Now let us move on to something very different. You are flying over the Atacama Desert in Chile, one of the most arid regions on the planet, where practically nothing should exist beyond sand and rock. But then you see it, a gigantic human hand emerging from the ground, about 11 meters tall, sculpted by a local artist. It stands there, solitary in the middle of nowhere, as if someone had buried a giant underneath. The work was created to provoke feelings of loneliness and vulnerability, and it achieves this perfectly, because seeing a hand in the desert in complete isolation is disturbing in a way that is hard to explain. Teams have to go periodically to the location to remove inscriptions left by vandals who cross all that distance just to leave their mark on a piece of art. The hand is still there, resisting time and sand, like a message from someone we have never met. But if the hand in Chile is already strange, prepare yourself for what Mexico is hiding. In the state of Baja California, inside a volcanic crater, an enormous vulture was painted on the ground. More than 100 artists collaborated on this project for weeks. The reason is deeply cultural. A local tribe believes that vultures are wise and act as spiritual guides for human beings. The image can only be seen in its entirety from above, from the perspective of the birds themselves, which makes everything even more poetic and intriguing. You can visit the location for free, but you will have to hike to the top of the hill. And when you finally get there, the perspective changes completely. For a moment you stop being human and start seeing the world like a vulture does. Let us now literally dive in. No, that is not a typo. A few meters below the surface of the sea, off the coast of Cancun in Mexico, there is a museum. 500 sculptures are arranged across 3 different underwater galleries, and most of them were created by a British sculptor. The concept is brilliant. Instead of overwhelming the natural coral reefs with curious divers, the museum offers an alternative destination that also becomes an artificial reef over time. The sculptures are covered in coral and algae, inhabited by fish and sea creatures, creating a fusion between human art and nature that is simply impossible to describe with words. It is one of the few places in the world where human creativity has actually improved the surrounding ecosystem instead of destroying it. And speaking of underwater, let us go a little deeper. In Florida, about 19 meters below the ocean's surface, there is an inhabited scientific laboratory. The Aquarius habitat is where researchers known as aquanauts live and work during missions of up to 10 consecutive days. Imagine waking up, looking out the window, and seeing sharks drifting past, or taking a lunch break while rays glide over the roof of your workstation. The laboratory exists to study marine ecosystems up close in a way that simply would not be possible through short dives. Scientists who spend enough time down there begin to adapt to the pressure of the environment, which allows them to spend more time exploring without needing decompression stops. It is the submarine equivalent of a space station, and it is right there beneath the waters of Florida. But let us return to the surface and visit something that will make you question what is real. In Saudi Arabia, researchers have identified at least 260 triangular stone structures scattered across the desert. They point toward a central target, also made of stone. Nearby, there are formations called desert gates, two parallel stone walls that do not appear to lead anywhere obvious. No one knows for certain what they were used for. There is no historical record that explains these constructions. They are simply there, thousands of years old, defying any logical explanation we try to impose on them. And the more researchers study the region, the more structures they find, as if the desert were deliberately hiding its secrets until humanity became curious enough to look for them. From Saudi Arabia, we travel to Jordan, where giant stone wheels were carved into the ground. Some of them have spokes positioned to align with the sunrise on the winter solstice, suggesting that their creators possessed sophisticated astronomical knowledge. In the Black Desert, there are wheels that scientists believe were built approximately 8,500 years ago. 8,500 years. That means these structures are older than writing, older than the first known cities, older than virtually everything we consider civilization. And yet there they are, perfectly preserved, waiting for someone to look down from the sky and realize that our ancestors knew far more than we ever imagined. What is even more remarkable is that these wheels were invisible to researchers for decades, because they can only be fully understood from a bird's eye view. It took satellite imagery to reveal the full pattern, which means there could be thousands more hiding in plain sight across other deserts around the world, waiting for the right angle to finally give up their secrets. Now we arrive at one of the most unsettling places on this list. Buried 60 stories below the mountains of Pennsylvania in the United States, there is what is known as Site R, or the Raven Rock Mountain Complex. The enormous steel doors protecting the entrance are visible on Google Earth, but any detail beyond that is carefully kept out of public reach. What is known is that the structure has 38 distinct communication systems and was designed to shelter essential personnel in the event of a catastrophe, whether natural or man-made. There are no guided tours. There is no detailed official website. There are only the doors, the mountain, and years of speculation about what really happens inside. To close this journey, let us visit Snake Island, off the coast of the state of Sao Paulo in Brazil. Brazilian authorities prohibit visits for a very specific reason. The island is home to more than 4,000 snakes, including some of the most venomous on the planet. The Bothrops insularis, known as the golden lance-head viper, has venom so potent that it can cause tissue necrosis in humans with a single bite. The island exists on Google Earth, and you can see it clearly at the initial zoom levels. But the closer you bring the camera, the blurrier the image becomes, as if the application itself knew that you should not be looking at that place in so much detail. And perhaps that is for the best. The planet we inhabit is far larger, stranger, and more mysterious than any map can capture. Every coordinate on this list existed before you knew about it, and it will continue to exist after you close this video. The difference is that now you know where to look. Subscribe to the channel and click on the next video, because we are already preparing more coordinates that will make you question everything you think you know about the world you live in. The next video is already waiting for you.